Hey guys, Ash here from the Gullers and Blues, and woohoo! The hair is cut again, and all just in time for Sunday's and last game of the season. Yes, the season is strangely enough would be normally finished, you know, or we kind of be looking forward to finishing what we're going to do then for the final few months. But I think on the scale of it, I think we're all, in one sense, glad that it is over. Not just because of the poor season that obviously Everton Football Club have had, but in the sense of what's happened with COVID-19, that we can just move on from this season and start afresh and give Carlo Ancelotti hopefully the time to kick some ass in the squad in regards to outgoings. And I'd say this season we could have a lot of outgoings as long as clubs are willing to take them and take them for the price that we want for them. But at least for this game on Sunday against Bournemouth, we're coming on the back of pretty much a decent enough performance. I was impressed enough in the first half, but the second half even more so, and a lot of kind of grit performances. I know other people have mentioned Tom Davies, that there was no fight in him. I thought he played very, very well, not so much in offensively, but he was getting back a lot defensively to help out at times and putting in crucial blocks. Sidibe had a decent enough game. I thought Sigurdsson had a decent enough game. His passing was better, and then, as I mentioned before, in the last commentary, Andre Gomez seems to have shaken off maybe the cobwebs and hopefully is back to his best. His passing range was absolutely fab. Just on one or two occasions, he might have been just a little bit short or too long. Especially getting Walcott into play. So it's looking good in the sense of hopefully now he can get a run. I think we'll go with, for me anyway, from a starting point, I think we'll go with the same team as faced Sheffield United. It is Bournemouth. I know in previous seasons, especially with their good old buddy Stanislas, who always seems to score against us, we should be beating them. I know we're at home with no fans, but we should be winning this game and ending the season on a high. Whether we can do it in the sense of getting a comprehensive victory is another thing. It remains to be seen, but I think definitely this is a game that have a good, and I think if things go well, let's get Ellis Sims on the bench and get him out as a run, even if it's a case of, okay, let's pull him up front at the start with Dominic Calvert-Lewin and maybe put Richarlison out on the left hand side. Let's just give the guy a run out. He's running rings around the players in the under 23s. He's scoring goals for fun, so let's give him a run out last game of the season. I think he would like that. I think going forward then, midfield obviously is going to be a huge thing to look at. Again, for the end of the season, just go with Tom Davies and Andre Gomez again. Fabian Delph obviously is going to be out for the next while. We'll see what happens in defence, whether he keeps it or he changes it and changes tactics again. We never know with Carlo Ancelotti what he wants to do. But yes, it is a season to forget. Not just with the other side winning the COVID trophy, as it's now been called. It's a pity it didn't be won on where the season was actually ended, and then it'd be more thing to be slagging them over. So, we and in that respect we don't have much to cheer about going forward. But let's just hope that when the transfer market is in full swing, that we don't just overly price players and bringing in players that are not going to offer too much to the club. I think we're going to remain for a case that will be more outgoings than I think will be incomings until we get rid of some of the deadwoods. It'll be interesting to see what happens with Gylfi Sigurdsson, whether he stays or goes. Jane Tosin, whether he goes back to stays at Crystal Palace on a permanent, whether they're happy enough to take him, or whether we can get a decent return from him. Other players obviously have moved on from their contracts, and I think one or two more will go as well. Leighton Baines hopefully will remain and get a few games. Actually, do you know what? I'd like to see Leighton actually play on Sunday, give him a run out. Nothing against Luca Dean, but I think he should just give Leighton Baines a run out, because obviously he recently signed that extension, so let him get a run out, because he still has something to offer the club big time. A score point of view, I'm going to stick my neck out and go that we've kind of been upbeat on the last performance and go for 3-0. there we go. I've said it. You've heard it here first. 3-0. I hope you got the time to look back at the video I put up about the American title. It was six great years, and I tried to fit in as many of the members I could, from the different photographs that I have. Hopefully at the end of the season I'll do a bigger collage and try and get as many as I can and get all you guys, all your faces up on there. Because without us, the fans, the supporters, the supporters club, would not be what it is, and that is the best damn supporters club out there. Of course it is. Sure, I mean it. Yeah, so we're going to go with a 3-0. Scorers, if I take a stab at it, that Anthony Gordon might start. I'd like to see him get a goal. Dominic Calvert-Lewin getting one. And then just to round it off, Andre Gomez with maybe a 20-yarder. There you go, 3-0. Let's just hope it's a win either way on Sunday, and round off what, as I said before, has been kind of, I suppose, an oh my god season for a number of different reasons that we just didn't perform. We didn't get into Europe. We did give it a crack at the start of the the return of the season, but then the 3 or 4 games after that were a bit of a disappointment, and we didn't really give it the effort. But on the last game out, it was giving us a bit of hope that we can push on, and Carlo will have then the rest of the summer before next season starts to get things going, and then it needs to kick on big time in pre-season and not just going against lower opposition and just putting out little strings here of performances. We need to go out and annihilate these teams in the pre-season, and that will give us in good stead for the following one. So yeah, so that's it. I'm going to go 3-0. Maybe starting with 1 or 2 options, the same team. Maybe if I would like to see Alice Sims, let him start and Richarlison on the left. If he doesn't and plays Richarlison up front with Dominic Calvert-Lewin, then put Anthony Gordon in on the left hand side and Walcott on the right, because this lad does want to play. He has got the talent, and Carlo Ancelotti is a big admirer of him. So let's give Anthony a start if that is the case. Right, talk to you there, guys, and have a good Sunday wherever you are watching the game. Cheerio for now.